I'm shocked. Shooketh. Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Nikki here. So today I am doing the introduction bare-faced because I'm going to do a really fun video for you guys. I hope you guys like it. I haven't done anything like this on my channel. So recently from Tam Beauty, they were kind enough to send me a bunch of goodies from Makeup Revolution. I'm thinking about doing a full face of Makeup Revolution, but let me know down below because I know that it's been done a lot. Let me know down below if you're interested in seeing that. But today is going to be a really fun video. I was watching a video the other day on YouTube and it was Tia Young and she was doing a full face of NARS foundations. Listen, I thought this was good, and because I got this package and because Tam Beauty were kind enough to send me the whole 18 range shade of the concealer and define concealers, I was like, do you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to try and create a bomb-ass look with all 18 shades. I don't know if I'm going to use all 18 shades, but I've got them here to play with. I thought I'm just going to do a concealer look. Everything, start to finish, brows, eyeshadow. The only thing that I'm going to do is probably add some eyelashes on. But other than that, I'm thinking we're going to do a full face. Can we also just take a second for these earrings? How bougie are they? They're $4.99 from the new look. $4.99. I know, look at them. They're so nice and they really sparkle. So let's get started. I'm a little bit nervous because I haven't swatched all of the colours yet, so this is going to be trial and error, but I'm thinking C12 is going to be like foundation colour. I'm going to go in with Revolution Conceal and Define, and I'm going to start off just by putting my foundation on. Now just bearing in mind all I've got on my skin at the moment is just a serum just to keep my skin hydrated. So I'm going to use this in C12 all over, and then I'm just going to buff that with a beauty blender, and we're going to see how we get on with that. Can I just say, so far so good. It's a tad little bit light for me, but no, if I'm honest, I'm being picky. It's a good foundation colour. I think I'm also going to put this underneath my eyes. I think it would be a good concealer colour. I've got really high hopes for this because this concealer is bomb and I know it's amazing. So I think I can create a really good makeup look just with the concealers. Okay, so taking C12 again, I'm just going to pop this underneath my under eyes now. Just put a little bit around my mouth area as well. And then we're just gonna blend this bad boy out. Listen, can we just take a second? Like, how full coverage is this? This is incredible. I'm sorry, but I hate foundation lips. So far we've only used C12 everywhere, and I'm going to take it again, might as well. I'm just going to pop it on my eyelids as well now. Then I'll just quickly buff that bad boy out. Listen, I'm not being funny, but this concealer at the moment is doing the most. It's done foundation, it's doing concealer, it's doing the utmost for £4. Okay, so moving on to a little bit of highlighting. I'm going to be using the shade C5. I already use this as a highlight and I know that I like it. So we're going to stick to this bad boy. I'm going to be popping it underneath my eyes. I'm going to pop it on to the center of my face, down the bridge of my nose, my chin, my forehead. And then I'm just going to buff that out using a damp beauty blender as well. Okay, so that's highlighted. I don't think it's a crazy highlight. I like working with this highlight because it's not stark white, but it will add a little bit of definition. What am I trying to say? Definition when I add my contour. So now I am excited for contour. So now I am excited for contour. This brand came out with so many dark shades. Like they were coming and they were coming to stay, and they wanted to be in the concealer game. They came with so many darker shades. I don't want to make the mistake of going too dark. And I kind of want to bronze as well, so I'm thinking that I will probably go in with a different nose contour shade because I probably need that to be a little bit lighter. But I'm thinking right now C14 is the bad boy to go for, and then maybe mix it with a bit of C16. So I'm going to start off with C14, take this shade, and I'm going to apply it to all the areas that I would usually contour, which would be my forehead, my temple, and my jawline. And then I'm just going to buff that out using a dense brush, just to give myself a light contour. Don't mind this area here. I know we're growing back. I need to go for a thread, so just try to avoid that area. But C14 is definitely like a contour shade. It is not a shade that I would usually use, if I'm honest with you, because it's a little bit cooler, but that's why it's good as a contour shade. But I definitely need to put another color on top just to act as a bronzer and to warm my skin up. I'm gonna go in with the shade C13. This one's a little bit warmer and it's a little bit lighter. It's not as dark as the other colors. C13, one shade lighter than C14, and I'm just gonna contour my nose with this bad boy. Yeah, contour my nose and then just blend that out and see what that looks like. No, do you know what? I like that. I think that's nice. I'm fully aware that I don't need to contour my nose. I've got the smallest nose on earth. The only reason that I do it is when I start warming up the skin, this area looks quite bright, so I do need to bring a little bit of color in this area. So do you know what I'm thinking now? Is I'm thinking that color, C13, was really nice and warm. I'm also gonna have a quick look at C16. I think that's a bit too dark, isn't it, to bronze up with. I think I'll go with C13. Yeah, that's stunning. Look at that. That's like, reminds me of Give Me Sun from MAC. Okay, and this was C14. So, I don't know if you can see if the lights are too bright, but C14 is a little bit cooler. And then C16 is deeper, like more reddish. That one's beautiful. C13, stunning. Okay, so I'm feeling like I really need to warm up the skin. I'm definitely going to be using a C13. I'm just going to be popping this on my cheeks and then taking this up to the temple area and just using a fluffy brush to buff that out. And this is really going to just give me that bronzy, nice, glowy look. Okay, so I've obviously gone a little OTT with that. Just going to take my beauty blender and dab over it just to tone it down. Okay, so I'm just going to go back into that C14 shade just because it's a little bit cooler and I feel like I need a little bit of definition there. I'm just going to take it and take the smallest amount just to give me that slightest bit of contour back. See, I like that. I don't know if it's looking a bit OTT though. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to eyebrows and I'm hella nervous about this. I'm thinking to go with the darkest shade, so C18 would be the best bet. In my head, that works. C18 is this shade right here. It's really dark, but you know what? It's got that kind of reddish undertone to it. So that's the only thing. Let me have a look at the other shades. So this is C17. It's a little bit cooler. Should we go for a mix? We'll go for a mix of C17 and C18. So I'm just going to quickly take a spoolie and brush through my brows. So just taking a mix of the shades C17 and C18, I'm going to mix them together and I'm just going to use an angle brush and kind of use it like I would a pomade and just fill through. Hopefully this works, and then I'm just going to brush out with a spoolie to try and make it look as natural as possible. Okay, so I definitely don't think that my brows look bad. I was really worried that they were going to come off really reddish. They are a little bit more, I would say they're a bit more of a red undertone than what I would use with my Anastasia or my Dip Down by MAC. But concealer brows needs to be a thing. Like this, I think they look good. I think they look alright. Okay, so now that my brows are done, I want to go in and I want to just shape them and highlight them a bit. So I'm going to go back into that shade C5. I'm just taking this kind of angle brush. I'm just going to shape the brow, but then take this colour all over the lid as well, just to give us a really nice blank canvas. So I'm just going to buff that out really quickly. So far, do you know what? I'm not even going to lie. I'm really impressed. Like, I think I could do this. This is like the same look that I create with like powders and actual contour sticks. But I've done it with all concealers. I'm really impressed. But this is where shit could hit the fan and it could all go downhill because I don't know how the eyeshadow is going to go. Okay, so I'm going to go in with that C13 shade, which is this one right here. It's that really warm colour. I'm thinking this would be really nice as a transition colour. I don't know how it's going to work because these are obviously liquids. But C13, I'm going to pop it just in the crease and then I'm going to take a MAC 224 brush and I'm just going to buff that out to see how well that I'd kind of like blow out. Okay, so not really the smoothest approach. It was a little bit difficult to blend out, but because it's quite a light, like a light forgiving colour, I think it's okay. I'm going to take that colour again and then I'm just going to pop that on the lower lash line. And then we're just going to blow that out as well. What does C15 look like? Did we swatch that one? Okay, so let's go into a little bit of the shade C16. C16 is this tone right here. We've not come to mess around, so I'm going to be popping this. I'm just going to pop it all over my lid and then just buff that colour out so we can get a little bit more depth on the eyes. Okay, I think it's really important to note that these are very easy just to blend out. Like, they're kind of reminding me of a cream shadow, especially this darker one. I'm just going to take that on the brush underneath on my lower lash line as well. You know what? I don't think I'm doing too badly. I quite like that. I still think it's quite subtle. I don't want to darken it too much because I really do want to do a wing. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I could potentially ruin this, I hope I don't, is I'm going to take the shade C18. I don't know if I've swatched it, so I'm just going to swatch again. This is the darkest shade that Makeup Revolution do. And I'm just going to pop this in my inner corners and my outer corners to maybe kind of try and create a little bit of a spotlight to give you guys a little bit of a definition to the eye. Just give it a little bit of shape. So I'm just going to pop it in the inner corners and outer corners and then just use a dense brush to just slowly buff it out. Okay, so I don't think that 100% worked. I mean, it added a little bit of something, but I keep thinking that these are like powders and they're not. They're kind of like, they're not even eyeshadows, but you know, like if you've ever used a cream eyeshadow or a paint pot, you're just going to use that colour and kind of diffuse it out. You wouldn't use it to like blend other colours, but I mean, I tried. Okay, so I'm really excited about this part. I don't know how well it's going to work for me. I'm going to be using the darkest shade, which is C18. I'll take a little bit of product on my angle brush and I'm going to attempt to give myself a wing. Can't really talk whilst I'm doing this step, so you guys are just going to see how I get on with it. I don't know if it's going to set. I don't know if it's just going to kind of blur or bleed. I don't know. So we just take a little bit of this and then give ourselves a little bit of a wing liner. You know what? I don't know if you can see that. So I feel like my eyeshadow is a bit too dark now. You can see like the wing just come out. Do you think I'm taking this too seriously? Possibly. Okay, so I think this is how good I'm probably going to end up getting with the wing. Look at my hand. Yeah, I've never really done a brown liner, so maybe it's because I'm not used to it. But I don't think it looks too bad, and it's not kind of smudging. What I found was I had to sort of press the product to get that intensity of colour. Can we just note one thing that I've noticed is my eyelids haven't creased at all. And my under eyes haven't creased at all. I've not used anything other than concealer. Absolutely no powder, nothing. I'm shocked. Shooketh. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add a little bit of mascara. I don't really count this as cheating because I want to put on some lashes to finish off the eyes. I'm not putting no concealer on my lashes. I don't think that's safe. That's against health and safety, so we're not going to do that. I'm quickly just going to put on some mascara, and then I'm going to put on my Tatti lashes because they never fail me in the style TL3, and I'll come right back to you guys. Okay, so these are the eyes with the lashes on. Do you know what I'm thinking now though? I need a little bit of brown or something in my waterline, so I'm just going to add, this is actually just a brown lip liner, but I'm just going to quickly add it into my waterline. Okay, so this stage I feel like was most definitely needed, but it's definitely cheating. Okay, so I'm feeling like the skin's bronze, but I haven't got any highlight, which breaks my little heart. I'm thinking, should I go in with a lighter concealer? I've just swatched C2, which is this one right here. It's got a yellow undertone, which I like. I know it's light. It's the second lightest shade that Revolution do. But I'm thinking I'm going to take a little bit of C2 just to trial it out, and I'm just going to dot it on the high points of my face as if you're applying highlight there with a cream or liquid highlighter, and then I'm just gonna blend that out with a beauty blender really softly just to give myself a nice highlight. Okay, listen, I feel like that's giving me a little, it's giving me a little something. I don't know what, but it's giving me a little something. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to lips, and I'm feeling that C13 shade because you guys know that this is probably my favorite shade in the whole shade range. I'm going to go in with a little bit of, I believe this is, what is this one? C16, which is this shade right here. We're going to line the lips with this, and then we're going to go all over with C13, which is this colour right here. I'm just going to buff that over the top just to give me a kind of really nice warm brown tonish colour. Just using the brushes to kind of help me, and then giving myself a little finger blend in between, just to really pack that colour in. Okay, if I'm honest, I thought that C13 would work. it didn't. It doesn't look nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with C16 and then just pop this all over the lip. I think this will be better. It's just going to add a little bit more darkness. I don't quite know if this shade suits me, so I'm just going to go back in with a little bit of C12 and pop this colour in the centre. Let me just dab it on with a brush in the centre and then just buff it out. Kind of create like a brown mid-tone nude, hopefully. Okay, I feel like that's much better. Just lightened it up a bit. Okay, so let's just quickly fix all of this in place. I'm going to be taking the Revolution Pro Fix Amazing Makeup Fixing Spray. I've never used this before, so I'm just going to give myself a couple of spritz of this just to finish everything off. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Now for what it is, for £4 of concealer, Makeup Revolution have come through with the concealer and define concealers. This full face of concealer, I don't think you can tell. Like, let me know down below what you think, but I don't think you can tell. Lipstick, eyes, everything, liner, everything that I've, brows as well, that I've just got everything in concealers. I think I did really well. Like, I'm really proud. Would I wear a bit? Do you know what? I really like the lip. I think the lip's stunning. Like, maybe not with these eyes. I'm not too sure if it goes. I don't know if it clashes too much. But I mean, we're making do with what we've got. But I don't think you could tell that it's concealer. You can just tell that this concealer isn't just concealer. You can use it for everything. You can use it for absolutely everything. Obviously, I created a mess on my hand. You can see all the swatches that I've done here. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I had so much fun creating it. It is a little bit of a different one for me. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun. And I did. And I think, yeah. Do you know what? I'm impressed. I am impressed. One quick thing. That's two. One quick thing. Listen. Didn't crease. Nope. Didn't crease. I just need to, oh my god, it didn't crease. Okay guys, so that is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'm going to leave my social handles somewhere on the screen so you can follow me if you want to. Please subscribe to my channel as well. It means a lot to me. Join my family. Also give that little bell a little click so you get some notifications from me, because I've heard a couple of you don't get notifications or you can't see my videos, so I need to take that up with YouTube. That's a problem, so please do hit that bell just to make sure that you do get my notifications so you can see my videos. And that is it. I have nothing else to report. I love you guys so very much and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.